I'm out here with Dylan, the founder and president of Public Lands United Cleanup.
Or Pluck USA on Instagram, as most of you guys know me by.
And this guy has been spending his time cleaning up our public lands. For a year and a half now, Dylan has made it his life's work to remove trash from our public lands. Living out of his Subaru Forester and traveling across the western U.S., he spends his days picking up after people who leave garbage behind. It's a never-ending and thankless task, but we could all take a moment to thank him for the positive impact he is making on the wilderness lands we all love to use.
I've been on the road for a little over a year and a half. I've traveled 47,000 miles through 12 states, every national park west of Colorado and surrounding areas. And as of today, cleaned up astonishing 15,000 pounds of litter from our public lands.
15,000 pounds of litter. Stop and think for a moment how many beer cans and shotgun shells you'd have to pick up just to come up with 1 pound of trash. And consider that Dylan has been responsible for the removal of 15,000 times that much garbage. We actually filmed this back in August, so here are some updated numbers as of October 2020.
The most common quantity-wise is cigarette butts, plastic wrappers, like granola bar wrappers, straw wrappers, stuff like that, and then beer cans. Beer cans are probably the most common, like in a grand scheme of things, because they're everywhere. Unfortunately, I've found probably, I'm going to say 10 dump sites where it's like somewhere where someone has brought all of their trash from like a construction site or their home or whatever instead of taking it to a dump and just left it in the middle of the trail. That's probably the biggest inconvenience of mine of being solo, is coming around in areas like that, and the way that I am, I don't leave until it is clean. So there's plenty of times where I have straight up camped in the back of my car for 3 or 4 nights, spending all day, every day, cleaning up trash.
What does your day look like?
My days are full, full to the brim, like my trash bags, kind of. But essentially, I wake up every day at 5 a.m. I'm up at 5. From 5 to 6, I'm doing coffee, waking my bones up, and sending emails, doing outreach, reaching out to companies, trying to get new funding and stuff like that. And then about 7 to 8 a.m. is I do my research for the day, where I'm going to travel, what forest roads I'm going to go look for trash on, and then pack lunches and stuff like that for the day. That's around an hour, so I get done with that about 8 o'clock. Usually hit the road by 8:30, 9, and then get to my destination anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. And then around 10 to 5 is my cleanup time. So like I spend anywhere from like 4 to 8 hours, sometimes even longer than that, cleaning up trash. And then after that, I do photo shoot for content creation, all of that, photo editing, that goes till about 7, and then come back from there after I get photos and everything, bring all the trash back to my camp. And then this is one thing that I actually don't advertise very often because it's just gross and takes a lot of time, but I actually take every trash bag that I've ever posted, I dump out onto a tarp and separate. So I pull out aluminum, glass, plastic, styrofoam, everything, separate, recycle 100% of what I can and what is recyclable, and then take whatever is remaining to the correct disposal facilities. And that takes anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. So then I'm done with that about 10 p.m. 10 p.m. then I make dinner, look at emails, see if I got anything back from the outreach in the morning, and then go to bed around 11 o'clock and wake up at 5 a.m. the next day. And I do that 6 to 7 days a week.
When possible, Dylan organizes group cleanup events to supplement his solo efforts, which is part of what we're doing out here today on some BLM land in the Oregon Coast Range. how did this all get started?
But actually, I was going to be working for Ducati, and had a month before my job started, and I had some money saved up. Ended up going on what was planned to be a month-long road trip, and started realizing all the litter everywhere. Like all the beautiful places I visited, it was just riverbeds, creeks, forests everywhere. There's trash. I literally couldn't stop anywhere and not find trash. I started kind of thinking about, well, maybe I should start doing something awareness-wise via social media, and that's at first all it was going to be. It's just a movement. I'm out here doing this for a month. And then fast forward a few months, Subaru started becoming more involved, more people started following me, and I started realizing that this could actually be something. And so I did some research and found out that there's no government entity and there's no nonprofit organization that focuses solely on public land cleanup. Really? Although there is nonprofits like Four Oceans and Leave No Trace and stuff like that whole group cleanups every once in a while, which is awesome, and they do a lot of the educational things, which is a huge factor. But there's no one out there that solely picks up trash.
Are you getting some help from some people along the way now, or?
Yeah, I actually, the community has been a massive support system. Like, I cannot thank everyone enough for that, honestly. The community support, not only from companies with sponsorship products, which over the past year and a half I've picked up 12 sponsors, which it's a great number, and the number is constantly growing, and it's really cool because all these different companies that necessarily wouldn't work on a build together are coming together and putting their differences aside in order to support something bigger than themselves. And on top of that, there's a handful of people that have supported me nonstop financially over the past year and a half that I cannot thank enough. The common question that I get asked is, how do you survive? Do you have another job? Do you work remotely? Do these companies pay you? So as far as sponsorship goes, aside from product sponsorship, like giving me free product or reduced price product, that's as far as that goes. Aside from that, I solely survive off of people like us. People that are out in the outdoors, like, oh, hey, this guy's doing something cool, and throws me $20. Yeah.
So what can people out there do to help you? I mean, what if someone wants to in some way contribute to your cause, what should they do?
Donating is the best way to help. Through my Instagram, in my bio, there's a link tree in there that has my Venmo and my Cash App, as well as a link to our website, which is pluck.us. And any donation over $300, we will send you our tax ID and EIN number so you can write it off on your phone, your taxes. A little goes a long way. 5, 10, 20, 100, $500, like that is a huge thing, and it adds up quickly because I am solo and I'm on the road solo, and aside from gas costs, camping costs, and just normal wear and tear on my vehicle, I don't have much overhead. I survived off of rice like I was eating when we met up today out of bags, or canned beans. And then there's a donation of time. Like today, we had some volunteers come out and they helped. Coming out and joining me in person is a great, great help. Aside from that, we also have a hashtag, and the hashtag is JustPluckIt. Use that hashtag on social media, and then my marketing team will see it and we will repost it. And that's a big thing, is it's not just about my team or the people that are with me doing it. I want everyone around the world to do this.
So are you still looking for any new sponsors?
Yeah, we are always looking for sponsors, corporate sponsors or partnerships especially. The nice thing about what we do individually is it's not just a car build. You're not supporting my car, you're not supporting me, you're supporting the environment. And that's one thing that we're always looking for. Right now, we are currently trying to find a vehicle and tire sponsor. Those are our two biggest ones. Obviously, I love my Subaru Forester. Like, this thing has gotten me places that I did not think it would, and it has hauled more trash than I ever thought possible. But it's just simply not big enough. If you guys are interested in helping us in any way, send us an email at info@pluck.us. My whole team will get that email, and we'll get back to you immediately. And we're always accepting new sponsorships.
You have started a actual nonprofit organization around this.
Yes. So in June of 2019, I filed a 501c3 application, which unfortunately takes about a year and a half, 2 years to get approved.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like I immediately got approved by the state of California and by the Attorney General, which are the two hardest approvals. And now the IRS application is in, submitted, and everything like that. Our approval date is somewhere around November, December of this year. Now I've got a team behind me. I have a good group of board members. I have a CMO, a CFO, people that help me with marketing and sharing my content and all stuff like that. And we actually have a full 20-year business plan put together on where we want to go with this. Our goal is to go international. Originally, my goal is just I'm going to pick up 1 million pounds of trash, and I don't want to stop there. So like my end goal is I want to clean up the entire planet. Like, I'm doing it for the reward of what I'm doing to the natural environment, what I'm providing for future generations, and the inspiration that I'm instilling on others. That's why I do it. That's what I get from it mentally and physically. That's what drives me and fuels me to get through every one of those 16-hour days. And then that goes back to the financial donations and time. Anything you can donate time cuts down my day by a little bit. Anything you can donate financially takes that added stress off of. 90% of the time don't know if I'm going to make it to my next destination, whether it be gas, car problems, food, and so on. And so it's a lot. There's a lot more that goes into it than a lot of people realize.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, Dylan, I really, really respect what you're doing. Everyone who likes to get out in the wilderness should thank you for what you're doing, because we all get out there, we all see the trash on the trails, and most of us probably drive right by most of it. We may clean up our campsites, but I've never seen anyone devote themselves so fully to something that benefits so many other people. So on behalf of all of us out there, let me say thank you for what you're doing, and I wish you the very best in continuing your endeavor.
I have so much passion and dedication for this that it doesn't really matter what life puts me through. I'm going to keep going. The way I look at it is Mother Nature hasn't got a break for the past 22,000 years, so why should I?